Hello! Hello, welcome one and all to another stream by a VTuber that has just reached their 4-year anniversary and can't really believe it. It is I, Atari Yale. Also, I am speaking not very loudly because the neighbors. Thank you, Star Quartz. Oh man. Again, the reason why I put the Sonic Heroes quote on the title is because that is genuinely how I feel. so much has changed ever since I began this whole journey. Like, just from the last year to now, there's been so much stuff that has changed, both like in VTubing in general and like with me. Also, probably I should also start by saying, yeah, I think I finally got a job. Also, the thumbnail for this stream is Kiba, oh my goodness. What is it? Okay. So the thumbnail for this stream is speak thanks. I can't take full credit because Weasel came to see me while I was working on it because he knew that it was like that I was doing like it, that I was making it like in a rush. And he was like, no, I'm having an idea. And he's the one who came up with the idea of, one of the subjects being much bigger than the other. So yeah, I did everything else, but the one who came up with the composition was Weasel. So yeah. Oh man. Yeah, no, thank you. I can't really say that it's set in stone yet. Mostly because I haven't signed anything yet. But if I do, it's going to be like a lifetime. It's going to be like a lifetime contract. Like the only way that I get out of that job is if I really mess up and they fire me, or if I myself decide to quit and leave for greener pastures elsewhere. But yeah, no. So far it's going good. I think that I'm gonna stay. I also have like a work schedule for like next week and the one after that, so I'm gonna be able to start scheduling streams, I think. Also, one thing that has kind of stopped me from streaming like throughout this whole entire process has been that they've been trying to teach me how to close the shop. So I've been doing like the afternoon night shift. Like, this night shift is nowhere near as bad as some of the night shifts that I've already had, which ended at like 11 and at midnight. This night shift ends at 9 p.m., which is not that bad. In fact, that's the shift that I had today. I had considered moving this stream to tomorrow if I was too tired. If I had done that, of course, I would have warned you in advance. But I went like, no, I want to do my anniversary stream on the day of the anniversary, because I think that there have been other years that I was like, oh, I want to do my anniversary stream, but I don't. But something else is gonna fall on that day, and I just can't. Like, for example, for my first anniversary, I remember that one very clearly because of, you know, events that ended up happening before and after that. I rescheduled my anniversary stream because a VTuber from Niji Sanji EN, pre all the stuff that happened that kind of tarnished Niji Sanji EN in general. Because regardless of the people who are there now, you can't deny that, you know, their reputation took a massive hit. Regardless of how, you know, good the people there now are or not, we don't know. We don't know. We can't really judge. We can only see what has come out. Said VTuber was this guy named Mr. Riaz, who was kind of a big deal in Niji Sanji EN back then. And he scheduled his last stream, so his graduation stream, for August 27th. And I was like, I am not going to, I am super small. I am super small in the grand scheme of things. And I know that if people are interested in VTubers, they're most likely going to be interested in watching his graduation. So I'm just going to reschedule, and I think I rescheduled it to 1 or 2 days later. Yeah. So that was my first anniversary. 2017? What do you mean 2017? Did I say 2017? Did I say that happened in 2017? Wait, no. August 17th. No, August 27th. Oh, fuck. My brain is not braining very well. You know, August 27th. August 27th, 2023. That's when that happened. Oh man. And yeah, no, and thinking about that really does get me to think about how different things were back then and how they are now. And even in my own life, hi Barney, thank you. I thought you said 2027, and I was like, she is preparing to graduation in a year in advance. Yeah, no, sorry for the flub. No, that was me. That was my brain. That was my brain not braining. No, it was in 2023, and it was on August 27th. So yeah, three years ago. 3 years ago. Yeah, so many jobs. So many jobs that I've gone through. So many hopes that I had that unfortunately I still haven't been able to fulfill. Family members that I lost on the way, from 2022 to now, that I thank you. Thank you. Okay. Congratulations on your 4th anniversary, dude. Even if I only met you in January, I've been having a really good time watching your streams. The message got cut off. Okay, let me see where. Let me see where I can see the rest of it. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for the donation, dude. It really means a lot. Wait, let me see if I can see like the full message, because I wasn't able to read it all and it's like in front. But let me see it. Okay, the only regret I have is not finding about you earlier. Let's go for more. Yes. Yes indeed. No, like, I can tell you, like, even with everything that's happened. Okay, thank you. I found it in a meantime because I was able to like log into Coffee like on my phone and actually see the entire message. Thank you so much. But yeah, no, because despite everything, despite all the losses, despite all the losses, like family members, jobs, prospects of, you know, doing stuff, like, one thing that has been a constant has been these streams, being Atari Yeo, and attempting to provide people some entertainment and some interesting things to talk and muse about. Some a little bit more mainstream, some a little bit more obscure, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to play video games and talk about, I don't know, obscure Portuguese VHSs from the very early 1990s. Swagging. Sonic Heroes is so awesome, and congrats on your anniversary. Thank that's awesome. Thank you so much. Speaking of Sonic Heroes, there's a very high likelihood that is going to be one of the next Sonic games that I'm gonna play. Like, I was kind of conflicted between like Sonic 2 and Sonic Heroes. But the thing is that I wanted to play Sonic Heroes and a lot of Sonic. Yes, a lot of Sonic because that's just what happened. Like, the seeds were already there. The seeds were already there from the beginning. No, I am not avoiding Sonic 2. No, I'm not avoiding Sonic 2. There's a different reason. Oh, there's a different reason. Okay, so there's a very high likelihood that Weasel is going to go back to the city where he is staying in, because he is doing Weasel, by the way, if you're new, Weasel, PS Weasel, he's my brother. He's also a content creator. He makes Hard Catch Abridging, which is an abridged series of Hard Catch Pretty Cure. Pretty Cure is a magical girl franchise that has been running in Japan ever since 2004. It's really popular there, and would have been really popular elsewhere if Saban hadn't gotten the rights to make Glitter Force at a crucial moment in the franchise's history. So yeah, they pretty much ruined any chances that Pretty Cure had to break out of Japan, like, in earnest, because it did air in Canada, and it did air in at least Italy when it comes to European countries, and I don't remember if it aired anyone else. I know for a fact that it aired in Italy. They had a bunch of seasons of Pretty Cure, and again, it would have been very likely that Pretty Cure would have become a little bit more popular, a little bit more mainstream, a little bit more. Like we're not talking Sailor Moon levels here. But yeah, he loves that franchise. His favorite season is Hard Catch, and he decided to, and like in 2013 he decided to make an abridged series of that particular season of Pretty Cure. Yeah, and other than that, he's also doing other things. And this is not a stream about him. This is a stream about me. But the reason why I brought him up is because, again, I don't know when, but he is going to go back to the city to go on with his Japanese studies. Like it's like one of those what's it called? It's one of those courses, one of those like courses that you get at like universities that are, you know, not necessarily just for students. You know, anyone can attend if you pay the tuition and stuff. Yeah, like here in Portugal we call them free courses. They're not actually free. They're not actually free. But he's probably like if his class, like if his level opens, then he is going to go back. And we wanted to play Sonic Heroes together, like we did back when we first got our copy of Sonic Heroes. We want to do the same thing that we did, which is divide the game. Okay, so one plays two teams and the other plays the two other teams. It's a very special game for both of us because it's the first Sonic game that we played while it was current. And it really marks when we got into Sonic, in full time. Like, we were already on the way with some other stuff that happened before, but Sonic Heroes is when we were first able to enjoy Sonic while it was current. Like, yeah, no, this is the latest game. Like, you're not like playing catch up. You're not playing catch up or anything like that. So yeah. So it's probably gonna be Sonic Heroes because of that. Because I don't know how until when Weasel is gonna be able to be available. We'll have I'm gonna have to talk to him seriously about that. By the way, all Sonic Heroes streams are gonna be here? Yes. Yes. Where else would they be, Smoker? Weasel is not a VTuber, at least not yet. I haven't been able to convince him to create his own VTuber avatar. It's strange that they didn't try again. Yeah, no, it is. It is because, you know, magical girl stuff sells really well in Europe. Like, to this day, there's still a lot of fans of, like, Ojamajo Doremi and Mermaid Melody, for example. But again, I haven't heard about Pretty Cure until over here, at least until I had internet. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, if you like magical girls and you're on the internet, eventually you're gonna come across Pretty Cure. If you're gonna find it interesting or not, or like super hard to get into because of all the seasons, because again, it's been one season per year since 2004. That means that it is currently on season 22, I think so. Like, either season 21 or 22. I'm not 100% sure, but it is definitely over season 20. On his channel, I guess. No, because he's not planning on doing any streaming stuff on his channel, at least not yet. Again, again, like I said, I haven't been able to convince him to become like a VTuber. Even if he just used like his little avatar, like, you know, like he could use it, like you could use like a PNG or something. But Weasel, since we're here, like between us, Weasel is notoriously bad at trying to make up avatars for himself because he feels like he himself is not interesting. So there isn't like any sort of like aesthetic or anything like that he likes enough and that feels worthy enough to take as his own and present it to like the world. Like for me creating an avatar was not that hard. Like it wasn't hard at all. I have sometimes been questioning if I did the right decisions with some of the stuff with me, but overall for me creating avatars for myself is not at all difficult. For Weasel, very different story. Oh hey PPA, hi and bye. Thank you for dropping in. Even if it was super short, sleep tight, okay? Pretty Cure doing the season per year thing for anime before it was cool. I mean, yeah, but here's the thing: Pretty Cure functions pretty much like Power Rangers, in which each season, usually, well, ever since 2009 and ever since 2009 it's always been a different team. Like there haven't been like any sequels. Like when Pretty Cure started, it was Futari wa Pretty Cure, then year 2 was Futari wa Pretty Cure Max Heart, which is, you know, season 2 of the original Pretty Cure series. Then season 3 was Splash Star, which I think its biggest problem is that, like, for example, the protagonists really felt like, you know, XPs of the two original Cures. Cures is what the magical girls in Pretty Cure are called. Like the first two are Cure Black and Cure White. Splash Star I think turned some people off because it was similar enough to the original that it was kind of uncomfortable, but at the same time it was trying to do its own thing, so it was like, what is this? And then for what you can consider season 4, you had a team instead of, you know, just pairs. You had a team kind of like you used to have, like with Tokyo Mew Mew and Sailor Moon, which was Yes Pretty Cure 5. Then Yes Pretty Cure 5 got a sequel, Yes Pretty Cure 5 Go Go. And and those were the first 5 years of Pretty Cure. For year 6, they decided to go with a completely different team, completely unrelated to anything else. And from then on, it's always been different teams, different settings, different themes, different everything. So yeah, I mean, not exactly different everything. There are certain things that every Pretty Cure season tends to have. One of them is that it's more action-packed. Like ever since the beginning, like what set Pretty Cure apart from other magical girl shows was that the Pretty Cures, so the magical girls, actually fought with their fists and kicks and all of that. So yeah, it was kind of like Dragon Ball, but for girls. So yeah, because a lot of time, like for example, I think of Tokyo Mew Mew, for example, and Cardcaptor Sakura, for example. There is action, but most of the action is, you know, just dodging and stuff. Like, you don't really have the girls actually going up to the monsters or to whatever they're facing and actually, you know, like using karate moves. In Pretty Cure, you do. The director of Futariwa, the first season, he was a director on Dragon Ball. So from there you can get an idea. And there's a lot, and if you know, I don't know if you guys know about like Sakuga, which is, you know, those animation those animation sequences that are like out of nowhere super well animated. Pretty Cure has a lot of that. Usually like in key episodes, or like, of course there's the movies as well. But the movies are not as good to get a feel for what the series actually is. You need to like, if you want to get into Pretty Cure, you need to either do what I did, which I do not recommend, which is like watch the first episode of every single one and then decide from there which one you wanna keep watching. And keep in mind, when I did that, it was in 2013. Like, that was 13 years ago. Ever since I did that, there's been 13 more seasons. That's 13 more episodes to go through before you decide which ones to keep watching. But yeah, no, Pretty Cure is really cool, and the only reason why I haven't like watched more of it is because I've been finding it hard to like sit down and sit down with a show and just watch it. Like, I started watching Freerun like a couple of weeks ago, and I watched until episode 6 or 7, 8. I remember that I didn't watch like all that much, but it was already enough for me to, you know, kind of understand the feel of the show. And I just happened to not go back to it yet. Even though it's on Blu-ray, my brother has it on Blu-ray, and that's what I'm watching. Yeah, like I think that the disc is still in the PlayStation 3. No, the PlayStation 4. I think that it's still in there. Because no one else has played anything on it ever since I was watching Freerun, so it's very likely that the disc is still in there. So yeah. Always appreciate magical girls that fight with their fists. Oh yeah, no, like those are the coolest ones, man. Those are the coolest ones. It doesn't sound highly magical. Oh, they definitely do still use, the super special awesome Hisatsu final attacks that have all the sparklies and stuff. But yeah, before that, there's a lot of fist fighting and a lot of fight choreography. Yeah. Oh, right, Coyote versus Acme, right, Elmer? Yeah, it premiered today. I need to see if I can watch it. Like, if there's any place that I can watch it. I didn't manage to talk to the people at my local movie theater to try to bring it in. But I don't know if I'm too late. I don't know if I'm too late yet, but Also, hello, Kradentoshtu. Welcome. Thank you. Yeah, Coyote versus Acme looks awesome. Like, I'm so happy. I've said this before, but I am so happy that we can actually get it. And it's just like, just thinking about Coyote versus Acme just makes me think, like, the Looney Tunes is such an amazing property. There's so much that you can do with it if you have the right people. And the right people are out there. The right people are out there because there is no shortage of talented people who have grown up with the Looney Tunes, or for whom the Looney Tunes are like huge influences. But like Warner Brothers is just being Warner Brothers about it. Like they don't know what they have in their hands, which has always been a constant ever since the beginning. I never get tired of telling the story that like one of the heads of Warner Brothers, I think it was Leon Schlesinger, some guy named Leon. I think that Chuck Jones and Priest Frelling and other directors were like brainstorming ideas for shorts one day, and then the head of the studio walked in unprompted and just yelled, "I don't want any cartoons about bullfights. Bullfights aren't funny." And then he leaves. And then they're like, "Well, he's never been right before." And then we got Bully for Bugs. And if I'm not wrong, I think that it actually won an Oscar. So yeah, just to show you, like, the fact that we even got the Looney Tunes as we did was a miracle. And why did it happen? Because the higher-ups they did not care about what their animation teams were doing. The animation teams were just doing what was funny to them and what they liked, with barely any input from above. And the results, well, you can see them. You can still see them right now. Spot. It didn't. Oh, okay. But I think it was nominated. I think it was nominated. Yeah. I'll watch it with Haruka on Tuesday, and I'll try to get the poster after it's streaming here. I could get an extra one for you. I mean, that would be nice, but I don't think that I wouldn't put money on it. As in, I don't know if you're gonna be able to get the poster. Like, nowadays you can only get posters in very specific circumstances. Like my brother Weasel, he was able to get a poster for one of the movies that he translated because he was the translator. And because he was the translator and subtitler for the movie. And that's why he was allowed to go back where they kept the extra posters and get one for himself. I doubt that if he was if he just, it was just someone who really liked the movie, I don't know if he would have been able to get the poster. But yeah. Espada do Rei. Wow. That's a great title. It was today? I thought it premiered on August 21st. Different countries, I'm guessing. Yes. No, like, it has, like, depending on which country you are, you're gonna get different release dates, which is something that is kind of annoying to me. That's, for example, how I know that, for example, Atlantis: The Lost Empire did not premiere in summer, as it did in, for example, the United States, in Portugal. In Portugal, Atlantis: The Lost Empire, I think, premiered on the 6th of December of 2001. So yeah, like a whole half a year after, and they turned it, and because they tended to do that, they turned what was supposed to be kind of like, a summer blockbuster movie, because that is kind of what Atlantis: The Lost Empire is, into a Christmas quote-unquote movie, because that's what you usually call movies that are released around that time, especially like around and after Thanksgiving. Even though we don't have Thanksgiving here in Portugal, we do have Black Friday though, because capitalism. Rest in peace, Tim Curry, by the way. Because whenever I think of the word capitalism, I remember that that clip from Red Alert. I think it was that I'm going to escape to the one place that is uncorrupted by capitalism, space. He was awesome. He was like Tim Curry was a jam. Oh, and I also know about Peter Cullen, by the way. I just got the news. Weasel told me, and yeah, and I'm like, it's sad, but I'm not surprised. So yeah, so we can just look back at these people that shared so much of their talent with us, that in a lot of cases shaped so much of our childhoods, and cherish those memories. Cherish those memories. Be glad that they were there to be a part of it. So yeah. So Godspeed to all the actors, all the voice actors that we've lost this year and beyond. So yeah. And Taurus Bulba. Yeah. Yeah, right. No, if you're gonna list every role that Tim Curry had, you're gonna be here for a while, Ilver. What in the Atlantean bathtub is going on, Atari? Well, I am celebrating my 4th anniversary as a VTuber. Well, actually, technically, like, it's my 4th anniversary as the artist. As the artist now known as Atari Yeo, previously known as Kairi Akida. It's the anniversary of when I started streaming with an avatar of my own making, with his own lore. Because before doing that, I streamed like a couple of times on this app called Reality. And an important Invincible character, yes? Invincible character. Yeah, I know, just wanted to mention one of his Disney roles, as I'm the other Disney guy here, also known as Redacted. Okay, managed to get, because it's a local auditorium, Portugal either gets one day earlier compared to the US, or several weeks later, if not months. Yeah. This was peak time to go to cinemas as a kid, so I approve of the decision. Yeah. Unless you lived in like, can we call it like the outback? I don't know. Like if you lived not in a big city, you would have to wait even longer. Like, for example, I remember that I went to watch, for example, A Bug's Life in March, like early March. It was still like super cold. It was still super cold at night. But it was early March of 1999. And Bug's Life is a movie that came out in 1998. And that is also what happened. In Portugal. It also came out in 1998. If you lived in Lisbon, or Oporto, or Coimbra, or Faro, or a big city of that sort. But I didn't. At that time, we didn't even have a working movie theater in my hometown. So yes, we had to go to like 1 or 2 towns over to watch movies. But it was always kind of fun because you always ended up running into people from here. From here and there, because everyone had the same idea at the same time, especially if it were kids movies, you know? Like everyone would take their kids at the same time. So yeah. Disney movies tend to premiere 1 day earlier in Pokemon in Pokemon. Again, Portugal is now Pokemon. I think I had already officialized it a while ago, and now it only becomes more true as time goes on. Okay, Disney movies tend to premiere 1 day earlier in Portugal because premieres happen on Thursdays, not on Fridays. Yes, exactly. So it always depends on where they're able to fit those premieres. But yeah, Tim Curry also voiced King Acorn, not the ones from Archie Sonic. I mean, post Super Genesis Wave, King Acorn was definitely based on him. I can like either based on him or based on Nigel Thornberry, because like the way that he taught, the way that he spoke, and like peppering his speech with like smashing, like. Yeah, no, like that. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Ian Flynn. You're awesome. Can I have your autograph? Ian Flynn? I love you, man. I love you, and you don't even know that I exist. Oh man, an immortal invincible character. Here's the thing, Cyanic. I helped circle a gif of that quote. Okay. Oh, Cullen. Okay. But yeah, no, like, keep in mind, Cyanic, I know zero about Invincible. I don't know anything about Invincible, and to be honest, it's not really a show that interests me. So, unless I either read something about it that really makes me interested, and I mean like really interested in it, or if someone like actually forces me to, I don't think that I'm ever gonna watch Invincible. It just doesn't seem like the kind of show that I would like at all. Again, I have barely been watching shows. I have barely been watching shows as it is, so yeah. Makes sense, and I don't want to spoil it, but it's still a big role. I mean, it has to be, because if you're going to call Peter freaking Cullen, it better be a massive role. A role that is like super important. Also, it's so funny to me because like I grew up listening to Peter Cullen, but not as Optimus Prime. I grew up listening to him as Monterey Jack from Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. In the episodes of Club Disney that my parents taped, my parents taped for me. Because at that time, like, Club Disney or Disney Club, I don't know how you would say it in English. So yeah, they had this format, which was, okay, so we start off with a classic short, then you have a live action featurette, then you had DuckTales, then you had another live action featurette, and then you had Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, and then you ended with a performance from a live guest. That was the format of the show during that time, and I think they kept it for quite a while. But yeah, so yeah, we have a lot of episodes. We have a lot of episodes of Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers tapes, as well as episodes from DuckTales from those original airings. And those were actually my introduction to the English language. So yeah, whenever I think, oh yeah, how did I learn to speak English? Well, yes, it was Cartoon Network UK, but before that, there was the fact that those shows aired with subtitles. Like they weren't dubbed. And they didn't import dubs from Brazil. They did that for the tapes, but not for the TV, not for the TV showings. I grew up listening to Alan Young and Russi Taylor, dang it, oh my god, I can't can't believe I forgot her name. No, I'm not gonna leave here until I remember her name. What was her name? And I'm not even gonna tell you who it was. Oh, it was June Foray. June Foray. June Foray. There you go. But yeah. And then with Rescue Rangers, you had Tress MacNeille, you had Corey Burton, and you had Peter Cullen, of course. So yeah, to me, so I heard a lot more Peter Cullen as Monterey Jack than I did as Optimus Prime, at least as a kid, because I didn't watch Transformers as a kid. I think that it aired in Portugal, but I think that it aired a little bit before my time. Or at least if it aired while I was alive and conscious, I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it airing. Bottle freeze. Hello, Dimarov. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Jim also voiced Monty. Yes, I know, but a lot of the episodes that I have Peter Cullen still as Monty. Oh yeah. You know, something that I said to my brother is, well, now what's gonna happen is that if Chris Hemsworth wants to pull a J.K. Simmons and become a voice actor, well, you can call him. He can do a pretty good Peter Cullen. We've seen that in Transformers 1. Yeah. Rest in peace to that legend. Yeah. Well, if there was a model freeze, it's gone now. At least I don't see it. Nope, seems to be working fine. Yes. By the way, yes, yes, Elmer. He's named King Nigel. He's King Nigel Acorn. You're not wrong. Portugal's equivalent to the Disney Afternoon. Same opening too. Yeah. Hello, Andre. Well, I am reminiscing about various things because, again, today is my fourth VTubing anniversary. The freeze was while we were thinking that thing. Oh, it probably lost tracking. Let me see. Wait. Yeah, it was because I covered my face. Since I covered my face, it lost tracking. Hence why it froze. There you go. So yeah. Film rot. What did you miss? Me making a small tribute to Peter Cullen and Tim Curry. I think. Again, you know, and talking a little bit about how things, also talking a little bit about how things have been, you know, like the new job, that I think I finally have like a schedule that I can work with, so that I can start to schedule streams. Also, that probably the next Sonic game that I'm gonna play is gonna be Sonic Heroes, because I want to take advantage of the fact that Weasel is still in the house. Such a hard ponder, he had to muster up all his shaman energy, paralyzing his body until he could spit facts. Oh, and there was also a small tangent in which we talked about Pretty Cure. because Weasel is a fan, and I was telling about him to anyone who might be new that he's also a content creator, and that one of the things that he did and is thinking of going on with is an abridged series based on his favorite Pretty Cure season. So yeah. So I ended up explaining a little bit of how Pretty Cure, how the Pretty Cure franchise works, and you know, like the origins, and a couple of things, just a short primer on Pretty Cure. I like Sonic Heroes too. Sonic Heroes is so funny because it's so divisive. There's so many people who love it and so many people who hate it. I still say that the fact that the PlayStation 2 version was so badly ported, it really adds to the whole like polarization of opinions on Sonic Heroes. Hello, Sonic Hedgehog 34. Would you ever want to have a Sonic Mobian Atari model made? Like a one like this, you know, one that moves, a live 2D model? I never thought about it. I never thought about it, actually. It would be interesting. It would be interesting, but that sort of thing takes a lot of money. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I don't know how to animate models. I can draw, and if I'm in a position that I can't commission my model maker anymore, that's probably going to be one of the things that I'm going to consider, is like, if I want a model upgrade, so to speak, or a model change, maybe I'm going to try to draw it myself. But I really wanted to stick with Nayuse because I really like her drawing style, and I think that it matches my vibe pretty well. So yeah, and if the job keeps going well, maybe I'm gonna be able to save some money to commission an upgraded model. Maybe that's definitely one of the things that I've been thinking about. Maybe I shouldn't, because it's gonna be very, very expensive. Like, her prices have gone up exponentially ever since I commissioned her this model. But she's a great artist. She's a great artist, and I really wanted to work with her again. So yeah, savings. Yeah. Man, I'm like, if this job goes well, and I'm able to keep up with, you know, the full-time job and the streams and all of that, man, I'm going to be able to make and commission so many special things for you guys as well, like stuff that I've wanted to do, like almost since the beginning, that I just couldn't because I didn't have the money. I thought I was gonna have the money, but then I never did. Like simple things, like, for example, member-only wallpapers, little illustrations, you know, celebratory pieces, stuff like that. Actually pay somebody to like mix a cover or two or something, like, you know, all the stuff that I can't do myself, that I could, you know, put that money forward to people who are passionate about their work, you know, artists, help them out while they help me out, you know, to give you more interesting things. Of course, like something that I'm gonna be able to do a lot better with this amount of stable income. I'm gonna be able to buy more games for the consoles that I already have, and I'm probably gonna be able to get like a Dreamcast sooner than I thought I would. But yeah, like for example, I want to get more Mega Drive games. Like I only have 4, 5, because I have Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and The Lion King, and those are the only 4 Mega Drive games that I have. But I want to play more Mega Drive. Playing this stupid console is so much fun. And I also want more PlayStation 1 games, because I've been focusing a lot on like PlayStation 2 games because that's the console that I have the most games for. But it's not exactly the time period that I wanted to focus more on. I wanted to focus more on like the 90s. Like the 90s in general, like early to late 90s. Also a little bit to showcase how different they were, because people usually look at the 90s and they're like, oh yeah, the 90s. It was kind of like the 80s, except grunge was there too, I guess. And then at the end it was like almost Y2K, almost, not really, but like each part of the decade has its own feel, and you can tell that through video games, and I think that is so interesting. And I really wanted to get more into that nitty gritty. Like I wanted my focus to be like the 90s, and then like Y2K. You know, that period between like 1999 and 2002, 2003. That's that sort of period. Basically from the Mega Drive to the end of the original PlayStation. I think we can put it like that, or from the Mega Drive to the death of the Dreamcast. That also I think that also works. Yeah. Yeah. Not that I don't like the PlayStation 2. I think that it's a great console and it's super versatile. But it's not really what I wanted to focus. It's not really what I wanted to focus on. So yeah, let me see what I missed. Okay. Whoa, my head's spinning. What a wild ride. Title drop. Okay. It's kind of well, but the story is good. I mean, yeah. No, like the story is more of a series of events than an actual story, but it's enough. But it's enough to keep you going. It was definitely enough to keep me and my brother going. The best port is either the GameCube or the PC. Sonic Heroes was my first ever PS2 game, which means it was instantly great. Yes, and then we also have to think about those things like. What, like, one man's trash is another man's treasure, as they say, and in video games, that happens a lot. So much. I don't think Sonic Heroes is that hated, but I can understand some of the criticism, even on their best version. Oh yeah, like, okay, so, if we play Sonic Heroes and PPA is in the chat, you're gonna see a lot of snark. And I don't mind. I don't mind PPA being snarky at all. Like, sometimes he has some really funny things to say. To be fair, a good majority grew up with the GameCube version, seeing that it was the best-selling one. Yes. Savings? I'm personally so-so on Sonic Heroes. I want to love its stages and aesthetics, but the physics and gameplay style just isn't for me. Yeah, no, the reason why me and my brother were able to get into it so quickly was because other than Sonic Heroes, we had never played anything, with Sonic related. We had never played anything other than Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like, it was Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and then Sonic Heroes. And only then we slowly started making our way through the other titles, like Sonic 1, Sonic 2. Then we got like Sonic Gems Collection, and we played Sonic CD and Sonic R and Sonic 3D Blast. We were able to get Sonic Adventure DX. Oh wait, before that we got Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. But again, we only played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle after we played Sonic Heroes. And then a lot of the complaints started making sense, because Sonic Adventure 2 Battle felt a lot more solid than Sonic Heroes. But again, we started with Sonic Heroes. Oh, and playing Sonic Adventure DX after Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was kind of a shock, because we spent like a week or two trying to beat Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, but then we beat Sonic Adventure DX in like 2 days. That was kind of disconcerting at the time. Okay. Also, Emerald grinding is hell. Yeah. We're probably gonna have to do that, me and my brother, when we play Sonic Heroes, because, well, we want to see the last ending, and we know we can reach it. We know we can reach it because, yeah, we've done it multiple times. Okay, Atari getting more powerful that not even the royal family will dare to mess with us. Take that, Queen Kahaye. Wish you the best for your new job. Hope life keeps going up for you. Yes, no, I really... You know, after everything that I've gone through... after everything I've been going through, you know, through the last year or so, or the last 2 years even, I think the least that I deserve is some stability. Like, please, I just want to know what I can count on. I just want to know where I can live, where I can have my stuff. What kind of schedule can I expect to follow, like on a given week or something? Like, yeah. Sonic Heroes had memorable lines, yeah. Yes, it has. I personally like their memes. It's so funny. Okay, let's see. As long as you're able to speak, I think the interest will remain sky high. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I hope that people keep being interested in just me, like, talking. Unless that's not what you're talking about. I would tune the hell into a potential Skies of Arcadia stream, at least after I finish the game first. Yes, Skies of Arcadia is one of the titles that I really want for the Dreamcast. I have no idea how much it goes for in today's market, but yeah. Is it hard to collect retro games? It has become harder in like in the last 10 or so years. Around like 2015, there was like this huge boom. Like, we went from retro gaming being fairly niche and something that people could even do like on a budget, to retro gaming being a trend and the prices going up as a result of it. Like, I bought my copy of Final Fantasy IX for, I think, 30 euros. It was in an anime forum, and I don't remember. No, we didn't meet in person. It was actually like I think that they sent it to me. But again, 30 euros for Final Fantasy IX, or 40. Either way, you're not gonna find Final Fantasy IX nowadays at that price. So yeah, and it also depends on the games, because there's a lot of games that are not, you know, that are not that well known, so they don't command like that high of a price. But like your Marios, your Sonics, your Crash Bandicootses, those are going to, like, the games with, you know, a good name to them, they're gonna command higher prices. And those are because usually those are the games that people think of. And I am also guilty of that. Like, how many times have I mentioned here on stream that I want the 3 original Crash Bandicoots? I want 3 original Spyros. So I'm part of the problem. Except that I have wanted the Spyro games for at least 12 years. For at least 12 years. But here's the thing. 12 years ago, I didn't have any money. So what else is new? I am not used to having money. So yeah, and I could have gotten, for example, Spyro 1 back then. Like, I remember looking at a listing of Spyro 1 in 2014. It was €5. You're not gonna find it at €5 anymore. And that's sad. Okay, 8-bit Sarah, 18-bit Sarah, not exactly. Not just 18 bits. Not just 18 bits, because I'm not that interested, for example, in the SNES. I am interested in the Mega Drive, and then we jump like straight to like PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and the N64. The SNES, out of all that, out of their era, is probably one of the consoles that I'm the least interested in. I don't really know why. I don't really know why I'm, not interested in the SNES, but it's not a high priority at all. Are you interested in the Sega Saturn? Also, yes, but I'm prioritizing the Dreamcast first. I definitely want to get a Sega Saturn, but Dreamcast takes priority. The 2000s were the 90s 2.0. Prove me wrong. How can I say this? How can I say this in the simplest way, but that gets the point across the clearest? We weren't scared of the world. We weren't scared of the world in the 90s. In the 2000s, we were. I think that's the most succinct, the most concise way that I can put it. In the 90s, we were not afraid of the outside world. In the 2000s, we were. And I guess that you can tell why that was. It's unfortunate, but it did have major consequences in how people, how media in general felt. So yeah, like the 90s were a lot more experimental in a lot of things because there was a lot more because it was a lot more okay, there was a lot of room to experiment, but there was also a little bit of stagnation. It's like, if we're going to analyze decades, like we could dedicate like a whole bunch of streams to that, to the zeitgeist of each decade, of each part of each decade. I have just said that the early 90s did not feel the same as the mid 90s, and the mid 90s did not feel the same as the late 90s. So yeah, same thing goes for any decade. So yeah. In gaming till 2001, I beg to differ. The 90s ended in 2007, 2008. Yeah, no, Elmer. No, I get that it must have felt like that to you, but that's because you were young. That's because you were young at that time. Like, for example, I can tell that the 80s, like the 80s only seem a lot of fun to us nowadays because we weren't there. Like, there was so much stuff to be worried about during the 80s, no matter where you were, no matter where you were in the world. Nostalgia for the 80s tends to forget all the bad stuff that happened during the 80s and all the bad stuff that people were afraid that would happen, and that it seemed like it would happen very soon. Like, the 90s was not exactly like that, But, like, if you look at world history during the 90s, you're also gonna see that a lot of bad things happened in the 90s. A lot of very, 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 very bad things. I'm not gonna mention any of them because I don't want to bring down the mood that much, but a lot of similar things happened in a lot of similar places, with a word that starts with a G, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. 2000s was definitely an evolution and transitional period of 90s energy, but definitely within its own era. For me, the 2000s is very different to the 90s, especially compared to the early 90s. Oh, yeah. GameCube, Game Boy era began to end with the Wii DS. My dad used the camcorder with tape until 2012, photos and film until 2010, and only made the jump to HD in 2014. We didn't know what HDMI was. That's kind of familiar. It really depends. Some people love Heroes. I hate it, but to each their own. Yeah, no, there you go. There you go. One man's trash is another man's treasure. What can I say? Sonic CD has an absolutely nostalgic themes. Oh yeah, no, like no matter which version you're playing. Oh hi Tulu, you arrived in the middle of my rant. Oh wow, I missed a lot of chat. Okay, still going through this. Which Sonic game had fishing with the big blue cat? Sonic Adventure. Yeah, big. Like the custom music, it reminds me of .hack GU or Nexomon Extinction. Yeah. Hi Warlord, by the way. It's hard to collect retro games and not worth it, emo. Just emulate them. I would agree with you. I would agree with you if I wasn't streaming. If I wasn't streaming, I would probably just emulate the games just to experience them for myself and move on. In fact, I did that for quite a while. Like, I have first-hand experience with a bunch of games, but not like with them physically. But again, that was because I was taking my time and experiencing them for myself. As a streamer, it has always been my goal to stream the games from their original physical media. It kind of goes with the theme that I kind of wanted for my channel. I'll say it before, and like since it's the 4th anniversary, I think I can say it again. The feel that I've always wanted for my channel was the kind of thing that you would get like in the mid to late 90s, in which like a bunch of friends got together at one of their houses, and the host would like show everyone like this new game that their parents just bought, and then they would talk about it and talk about other things while they're playing, and also like muse about like the franchise of that game, or what other games that kind of feel. That's the feel that I've wanted from the beginning. And I think, and for me as well, it feels a lot better to me to actually play the games on their original hardware. Also because it's an experience that I didn't get to have all that much when I was a kid. I was able to have it like with the PlayStation. The Mega Drive, it was only to an extent. But the PlayStation that I have here right now is a testament to that feeling. To that feeling of getting together at a friend's house and them showing you like the games that they have, and sharing the controller between people. Even though it's clear that he has a lot more experience with the game, so even if you do that, like, oh, one life, okay, you play until you lose a life, and then you pass the controller to the next person. We used to do that. I barely lasted 5 minutes. But yeah, this original PlayStation that I have here is one of the things that inspired me to do that. to do that, to play the original games in their original hardware, to have the physical releases of them available to me where I can see them, but also be able to share them with you guys, with whoever wants to see me play them. And I don't think that emulation would replace that, for me at least. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, but there is one game that I am going to emulate because I need the save states, and that is Mickey Mania. I am going to play Mickey Mania, and yes, I am going to emulate it. I'm going to emulate the Mega Drive version. Because there is no way that I can beat that game without save states. But I also want to beat that game to honor the memory of Wayne Allwine. I made that promise to myself way back in 2009, and I am going to keep it. I am going to keep it. I don't care how long it takes. I am going to keep that. And I am going to keep that promise to Wayne Allwine's memory, because he was awesome. He was the best Mickey. Probably the only other Mickey that I think comes close is Chris Diamantopoulos. But they're very different types of Mickey. It's just that Wayne Allwine could do like everything as Mickey, whereas Chris Diamantopoulos has to share the role with Brett Iwan, and I kind of don't like that. I kind of wish that Chris was the one true Mickey. But I also like Brett Iwan. I don't wanna demean his work. But yeah, no, like, but I loved Wayne Allwine, and I want to honor his memory by being able to finish Mickey Mania with like the only way that I can, which is with save states. So yeah, that game I'm gonna emulate. The rest, no. Wherever possible, I want physical releases. I want physical releases of the games. I want original hardware. And I spent way too much time talking about this, and probably now there's more backlog. Yay, for 10 scarabs? Oh, yeah. I can tell you one thing. If I start playing Sonic Heroes, I am definitely gonna play Sonic Adventure. No, not Sonic Adventure. Star Fox Adventure. Star Fox Adventure. Starfax Temperatures. Pretty closely. Because since I'm gonna have to have GameCube mounted, like, ready to play, that probably means that I should play something else on the GameCube, and well, Star Fox Adventures is right there, and I've always wanted to replay it with a slightly bigger audience. When I first played it, my audience was, like, not that small. I think I had, like, 5 concurrent viewers tops. But now I know that I have a little bit more reach, and I want to play it again with a bigger audience watching me. So yeah. Why don't you save it for when you have 10,000 subscribers? I have no idea when that's gonna happen. Talking about getting hard to collect games, I saw Sega Rally Japanese Saturn version far cheaper than a Western one sold in this country somehow. I see your Sega Rally. I see your Sega Rally, and I raise you Sonic Shuffle. For some reason, the Japanese version is dirt cheap. The American and European versions? Prepare to shell out $200, buddy! Skies of Arcadia is really confusing, PAL-wise, because it's one of those select Dreamcast games that not only doesn't support VGA, it doesn't even support 50 Hz? What the fuck? 60 Hz? What? Have fun trying to get Drakengard 3 at a good price. Yep. Probably just playing Sonic Adventure. It was my first ever Sonic game then, borrowed from another random kid at school. Motion controls, and the Wii U was Wii. Okay, yeah. Again, hi Tulu. I'm only now getting to the part in the chat where you get where you're here and you can't stay for long. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, we're not gonna be here for very long again because it's already midnight. It's already midnight here. I can't make too much noise, otherwise I might get a noise complaint. So yeah, harder to get retro consoles or retro games. The games definitely. The games definitely, because the consoles you have usually a bunch of listings for them. Like you just have to pick one that looks the best to you. That's what I did with my Mega Drive, for example. I was lucky I didn't have to do that with the PlayStation because, again, I got this PlayStation from my friend's mom, who gave it to me saying, "You're gonna make much better use of this than him," because he's out of the house. Like he's out of the house by now, and he's not, the kind to wax nostalgic about this kind of stuff. But I am, and she knows it. This friend, by the way, is almost like if he was my cousin, and his mom is almost like if she was my aunt. So yeah, she just straight up gave me the PlayStation, saying that she was sure that I was gonna make good use of it, and here I am, making good use of it, using it for streams. I don't think he would have ever imagined. I don't know if I ever told him that I'm using his PlayStation for streams. Oh wow! Oh, what have I unearthed? Okay, also not a lot of peep talks about it, but the NEC PC engine, aka TurboGrafx-16, keeps surprising me on how good it is. Peep slept hard on that console. Yeah. There are similar debates where people born in these years. Yeah, no, that makes sense. The Power Glove. It's so bad. I barely existed in the 90s. Yeah. I know 90s is Edge, Simpsons, Rap, Eurobeat. Oh yeah, no, there you go. There was so much more to it than that. But then, again, there was so much to every decade, more than, the stereotypes that we ended up with after they were gone. Yeah, I think I know the 70s had a whole lot of nothing happening. Yep, 90s wasn't that good to others, besides the gas shortage. That's essentially decade nostalgia in general. Forget the words and reminisce. It's seemingly magical energy. Yeah. You missed a lot, Atari. Yeah. Yeah, no, like, see where I am? I'll be back. No, it's, well, I'll be back. Wait, I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, hi Atari, you've been streaming for 4 years, huh? Yeah, hi Coffee. That's longer than Goku's fight with Frieza on Namek. I honestly never do that. Yeah, no, I have been. Well, did you not know that I have been streaming for 4 years? Or did you not know that Goku's fight with Frieza on Namek lasted less than 4 years? Was it really normal to recognize voice actors and such? Okay, I'm gonna, sorry, nah, he said that he was gonna be back. Okay, I'll make a note. I'll make a note to ask Cyanic again, because I don't know what he was referring to. Oh, by the way, this is something that I usually do, that I think that I'm gonna probably have to stop doing, unfortunately. If I get more people watching, I'm not gonna be able to read the entire chat as much as I'm doing. Like right now, I'm probably gonna have to be a bit more selective in what I choose to read out loud. For various reasons. One, to keep chat on track. To keep the stream on track, and also to save time. Sharing games and borrowing and going to that specific friend to play that specific game. Sorry, friend. Just peak moments of childhood. Yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly. I understand you, dude. I'm annoying my friends about a freeware game that I got recently because I can't believe it's that good and it being free too. Yeah. Does the PS1 version have save states? If you play it emulated, yes, because the emulator has save states. No, but I don't know. I think I trust the emulation on the Mega Drive a little bit better than the PlayStation 1, unless okay. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm going to compare the music. I'm going to compare the music on both versions. If I think that the PlayStation music's quality is is superior enough, is good enough to justify playing the PlayStation 1 version instead of the Mega Drive version, maybe I will. But the fact of the matter is that I look at Mickey Mania and I don't really see a PlayStation game. I see a Mega Drive game or a PC game, you know, from that era. Kind of like in the same vein as Cold Shadow. In more than one sense. But yeah, so I'll most likely use the Mega Drive version, unless the music is so horrid compared to the PlayStation version that I'm just no, I can't subject everyone to this. Bye, Dimarov. Thank you so much for being here. Wait, Bowser doesn't voice Mickey anymore? What? More so referring to saving in general. Okay. I still think Mickey Mania is easier than Cold Shadow. We will see. Are you also planning to play Dinosaur Planet? Probably, yes. It's one of the few games that I'm planning to break that I'm planning to break my rule of, you know, only officially released games, because Dinosaur Planet is just, you know, like it's just like super, like, I don't know, it's fascinating to me. It's kind of on the same level as Kingdom in the Sun, you know, the thing that, you know, the movie that eventually became The Emperor's New Groove, like that I feel like even if we got Kingdom in the Sun, we could have Kingdom in the Sun and The Emperor's New Groove and nobody would mind. Like, I wouldn't mind watching Kingdom of the Sun. I don't think that it would replace The Emperor's New Groove in the same way that I feel like playing Dinosaur Planet does not replace Star Fox Adventures, and vice versa. So yeah, that's probably gonna be one of the games that I'm gonna break my rule of, you know, only officially released games, because there is a build that is actually playable. And again, to me, it's like the equivalent of watching what could have been. Like I said, like if it's kind of like if I was watching Kingdom in the Sun. In fact, I already have like an example of that happening. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with The Thief and the Cobbler, which was a movie by Richard Williams. It was in production for a very long time. I don't remember exactly how long it was in production, but it was eventually released, like in 1993. But there is also a version available online. We could do a watch along of it, like one of these days, because I think that it's like freely available online. Which is called a recobbled cut, which uses a lot of, you know, in progress animation and storyboards and stuff to actually give a better idea of what Richard Williams's vision was for the movie. Is it a movie that I like? No, but it is like, it's one of those things. It's fascinating. We could have had this and we didn't. It's those what ifs. Again, like Kingdom in the Sun. The closest thing that we have to be able to tell what Kingdom in the Sun was going to be like is the few clips that are in the sweatbox, and I don't think that anyone has managed to find a copy of the sweatbox. The sweatbox, by the way, was a documentary made about the making of Kingdom in the Sun and its eventual transformation into the Emperor's New Groove, which Disney kind of buried because it put them in a bad light. I don't know where they got that idea. Like, it just shows how things work. Like, it doesn't put them in a bad light. Like, it just shows how things work in the movie industry. It's not bad and it's not good. It's just how it is. You don't have to be ashamed of this documentary, Disney. Ugh. Anyway, I don't know if anyone has put like a higher quality version of the sweatbox out. I don't think so. But yeah, no. To make a very long story short, yes, I want to play Dinosaur Planet. Okay, bye Tulu. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to like pay much attention. Hello, the cute Princess Amanda. Welcome. I hope that you're still here, even though I was talking a lot. Oh my god. It just keeps going. Goku's fight with Frieza on Namek probably felt more like 4 years than your channel does. Yeah. Seems we are more active at night. Yeah. That's fair, otherwise it'd be an endless headache of attention. Yeah. I also recommend the Mega Drive version of Mickey Mania because it's less annoying difficulty-wise. Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. That's definitely a point in the Mega Drive's favor. Like how people see Mega Man X as more of an SNES game than a PS1/Saturn game. Oh yeah, no, definitely. You tell me Mega Man X anything, and I'm gonna think of the SNES. Like, I'm not gonna think of the PS1 or the Sega Saturn. Like, it's gonna be like, what is this doing on this console? That's the feeling that I'm gonna get. Fascinating is Tiny Toon Defenders of the Universe. Don't know about that. Don't know about that because I've never heard of Defenders of the Universe. But yeah. Season the Cobbler. Didn't even know Matinga dubbed on one of its releases. Yes, they dubbed the one that came out. They probably dubbed the one that came out in 1993. Congrats, 4 years. 5 years. 5 years. It has been 5 years. That's a line from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Also, hi Phelan, welcome. Yes, Stephen the Cobbler and Richard Williams in general are such animation fascinations for me. Yeah, they're also trying to complete it. Yeah, the sweatbox is pretty easy to find, but will likely never get an official release and cleaned up on home media or streaming. Yeah, no, like, I think that we got lucky. That's one of the things that I kind of miss about, having canceled my Disney Plus subscription, is that they had Waking Sleeping Beauty, which is one of my favorite Disney documentaries ever. I haven't watched a lot of them, full disclosure, but I love Waking Sleeping Beauty, and I cried at the end. I cried at the end because, I don't know, something about seeing these people actually being able to work on something that goes right despite adversity, despite like getting to work on something that resonates with so many people, like, to this day, because people tend to forget that Disney is not just, the corporate capitalistic entity that has always been there, but is a lot more prevalent now. People tend to forget that behind all the merchandise, behind all the nostalgia bait, there are actual movies. There are actual movies that took time and effort and passion to make. There were people who believed in this art. There were people who believed in this art so hard that we got what is called the Disney Renaissance. And I'm not saying that movies outside of the Renaissance didn't have that. What I am saying is that a lot of these movies were made with a lot of heart. And it's easy to forget that, behind all the, all the nostalgia baiting and all the ultra merchandising of like everything and the live action remakes and all of that. But yeah, and I am forever grateful to the people who brought those movies to life. A lot of them are still around. A lot of them are still around, and we can still learn things from them, even if they don't work at Disney anymore. But I think that we should cherish them while we can. Also, when you get to Dinosaur Planet, make sure to pass the ROM with Dinomod. Okay, I'm probably gonna ask for advice. when the time comes when the time for that comes. The TTA game was meant to be released for the PlayStation 2, but was cancelled. Its GBA companion game, Buster's Bad Dream, was released and made up with a modified engine used for Astro Boy for the GBA. What the heck? Okay, Buster Bunny and Astro Boy are not two names that I was expecting to read in the same sentence. But that's another thing that I love to do here on the Atari Yeo channel, mixing things that you would think have nothing to do with each other. Like, for example, just looking around my room for a little bit. Let's see. Why does everything seem that it makes sense? Like, for example, Gem and the Holograms and One Piece, for example. I just look like I have a Carrot figure. You know, Carrot, the character from One Piece, because I like her a lot. But yeah. Oh, I have Cleopatra from Asterix, like right there. Like mixing her with anything else here in my room. Like immediate recipe for like, what the heck? Like, okay, for example, let's mix Cleopatra with Zidane Tribal. Like, let's put Zidane from Final Fantasy IX in Asterix. See what happens. Or Ninja Turtles. I forget, like, I have Ninja Turtles, like, right here. Like, but yeah. Oh, man. SpongeBob in One Piece, it's real now. I mean, yeah. Yeah, no, it is. It is. So is SpongeBob and, wait, what? We gotta stop. How do you make... Okay. How do you make a South Park game into a Maya the Bee game? That Tiny Toon game was dumped a few years ago, so you can find it on Hidden Palace. It's almost completed. Okay, I'll think about it. But the Dinosaur Planet is the priority. For now. How the heck do you go from South Park to freaking Maya the Bee? You might as well go from, like, I don't know, Rick and Morty to, like, Heidi of the Alps. Like, you know, the 1970s anime? I don't know, Rick. These goats seem very scary. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Morty. We're just gonna blast them away anyway. But not that upset. The little girl. The little girls were born to be upset, Morty. Those are terrible impressions, by the way. I have never watched a single episode of Rick and Morty in my entire life. Oh no, they killed Flint. You big meanies! Partially finished or almost finished games are always really tragic. Yeah. Like when I found out, for example, that there was gonna be a Maui Mallard 2, I was like, oh, and there was already being worked on. I was like, why didn't you finish this? The reason is Hercules, but and capitalism, but they're like, oh man, maybe it would have been easier than the original. Maybe I would have had an easier time playing it. Maybe I wouldn't have been trying to beat it for. When did I first get introduced to Cold Shadow? I think it was in 1998. Yeah, it was in 1998. But I barely played it back then. Usually it was my friends who played it. I wanted to play it, but like my fingers on the keyboard were like putty, like when you make those big notes on an organ, like dun, dun, dun. Creators of South Park didn't want an SP game on a kid's console, so the developers swapped properties like lazy castle. Okay, what is it with Europe and replacing everything with Maya the Bee? No. Okay, guys, hear me out. What if someone makes a Jujutsu Kaisen game? Like, forget all the games that probably have already come out. Like, forget all of those. But someone makes a new Jujutsu Kaisen game, and when it comes out in Europe, it's Maya the Bee. Done. Print it. Make millions. I wonder if Cold Shadow 2 is gonna be more fair, or would it be as hellish as the first one? I have no idea. The little that we got to see from it is really not that clear. Definitely feels more exploration based, which probably means that it would have been like, it wouldn't have been as difficult. It wouldn't have been as difficult to control. Let's put it like that. Because one of the biggest issues that I still have with Cold Shadow is, you know, the stupid little jewels that you grab onto with your bow staff, which you can use to cross over to the other side of the gap. Hello, Maya the Night. Oh my god. Yes. Someone make a whole reskin of Hollow Knight and replace everything with Maya the Bee. Replace the backgrounds with Maya the Bee. Replace the characters with Maya the Bee. Replace everything with Maya the Bee. Oh, it has to be the original. Well, okay, I can't say really original because I don't know a lot about Maya the Bee in general. Like, I'm not the biggest Maya the Bee connoisseur, if you will. So I don't know the origins of the franchise. But I do know that there was an anime, I think in the 70s, and that's what most people think of when they think Maya the Bee. And yes, that is exactly the aesthetic that I want this theoretical Hollow Knight mod to look like. Because I think it would be funny. Because I think it would be funny, I think it would be appropriate, and then people would be like, why is this Maya the Bee game so hard? and that would be hilarious. And then when I see, is this the Dark Souls of Hollow Knight? Like, people, like, imagine if people can't even tell that it's a Hollow Knight mod. I mean, people would be able to tell instantly, but like, oh man, that's one of the things that I love about the Insane Trilogy, the Crash Bandicoot. Like, oh, it's too hard. It's the Dark Souls of platformers. Wow. Wow. Okay, I'm not exactly one to speak because I'm not very good at video games. But really? 7.8. Too much falling on suspended bridges. No, I didn't, Elmer. That's exactly the kind of lore that I did not know about Maya the Bee. See? That's exactly why I said what I said. No, I didn't know that it was a German book before the anime. which is why I corrected myself. I was gonna say like the original, but then I thought, wait a second. As far as I know, this could have been based on something. Like something could have been there could have been something else that came before the anime. You know, Maya the Bee. The anime was based on that, but I don't know what that was. So, and Hugo. Yeah, no, someone mod a different game with Hugo. Man, I used to have a Hugo game. Like a PC Hugo game. I was supposed to teach you math. It was in Portuguese because sometimes we got software in Portuguese. I don't know how that happened, but it did. But I see a Star Quartz. I see it. Did you know that Super Mario Bros. 2 was originally Sister Sonic? Yes. Doki Doki Mail. Popful Panic. Oh man. With lasagna ghost bust. Instead of suffering with one character, we could suffer with 2 characters instead! Yay! Really? Ghost Staff Hook is fixed in the SNES version. Okay, no, that's still not enough to convince me to actually play it. To play Hugo properly, you need to call into a children's show. Yes, you do. I tried many times and I couldn't. The line was always busy. Oh man. Yeah. Hello, Bingus McLoving Dingus, also known as Leonardo Idiocracy. Yeah, no, you enjoy your day too, and thank you so much. Thank you so much, my guy. Thank you. And yes, we have talked about Peter Cullen already. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, the Hugo game that we had, that was supposed to teach you math. Okay, so the story was that Hugo and his family were having a picnic and then one of the kids, I think, wanders off and falls through a magical hole or whatever. Then he meets a mole named Burrows. Like it's like his name was Tocas in Portuguese. In fact, that's a line that me and my brother still quote to this day. Like whenever someone says like "don't worry" or something, which in Portuguese is "não te preocupes." Like there was this line. There was like, okay, so he just meets this mole, and he says, "Chamo-me Tocas e não te preocupes," which means my name is Burrows and don't worry. But the way that he says it, I don't know. There was something about it that just felt so unnatural. It was like, "Chamo-me Tocas e não te preocupes." Yeah. Then you had to go through like the woods. They had to go through the woods and stop at some checkpoints in which you would be asked math questions. And the objective was to get to the picnic before the family left. Because that's what you do when you're a family and one of the kids goes missing. You finish your picnic and you leave without them. Like that, just write them off as a lost cause. Nope, we lost them in the woods. Like there was an actual cutscene. Like if you didn't get there in time, Tocas Burrows the mole would stop you on your tracks, and he would say like, "Stop! Your family has finished the picnic and gone home. What was it? Not lucky for you, my friend." And then the kid turns to the camera and says, "Oh well, I guess we'll have to do better next time. Well, see you around." And the game ends. And it's like, look, I know that Hugo is kind of like he's a troll. I know that he's a troll, but that does not excuse bad parenting, okay? It was Hugo the troll, but you didn't play as Hugo. You played as one of his kids that I don't remember his name. I don't remember what he was called. Yep, it sounds like Hugo the troll. Doki Doki Panic 2 was so difficult that they made a reskin. Wait, Super Smash. Wait, no. SMB, Super Mario Brothers 1. Okay, to have Doki Doki characters. Oh man, yeah. No, but I didn't expect it had an educative game. It had a bunch. It had like 3. I think that it had one for 3 of the major subjects that you have in elementary school. At least in Portugal. Like it had one for math, one for language, Portuguese language in this case, and one for environmental studies. I think that's what they call them, like estudo do meio. I think that you can call it environmental studies. So yeah, is a blast from the past, though Hugo was really popular in this country during the late 90s. Oh yeah, no, like, it was here too. It was here too. I think that they even had... What did they have? Like, I think that they had books. I remember like there being stationery, I think. A lot of stuff with Hugo. And then again there was a show. There was a show, there was a game show. That I think I heard from someone who actually managed to get in once, that it was insanely hard because, okay, imagine this. We have lag right now. Like, I'm talking and you only listen to what I just said a few seconds later. Now imagine that, except it's on your TV, and you have a phone in your hand, one with actual buttons, and you can't keep up with what's on the TV, because what's being shown on the TV has a delay. So, and your button presses also have a delay. So what shows up on TV is already delayed. Your button presses are already delayed. So everything is delayed. So, how the heck do you play this game? How? I gotta go now. It's a bit late, and I have to get out of bed at 8 a.m. tomorrow. See you real soon. Yeah, goodbye, Elmer. Yeah, no, we're gonna. I think that it's a good time. I think that it's a good time to finish. It's been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours, and I think that we've accomplished. I think that we've accomplished what I wanted to do. It was just have a little chat. Just have a little chat about things. And tell you guys that yes, there is hope for the future, and also that these 4 years have been crazy, but I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping anytime soon. I don't know how long I'll be doing the whole VTubing thing, but I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. At least not until I have managed to reach some of the goals that I've set for myself with this whole little project of mine. You bet. Yes. No, there have been so many times that would have been devastating enough that I could have just stopped completely. But no, there's still a lot of stuff that I want to make. There's still a lot of people in the medium that I want to meet, that I want to actually be able to talk to. And so much more that I want to share and do, and so many more games that I want to play. so many more video games that I want to play and experience, and and reminisce, and just I want to have fun. You got some very good support. Thank you, Cyanic. And thank you too, Smoker. You deserve better, man. We gotta be there to see it. Yeah. Definitely. 100%. Okay, guys. I'm gonna go now. I'm probably not gonna go directly to bed. I'm still gonna hang out with my family a little bit before I actually go. Tomorrow is a day off, so that's good. I'm gonna get to rest and just to do whatever the heck I want. So yeah, and I'll start seeing when I can schedule the few next streams. I was thinking maybe when I get out later at night. Maybe we could do some chill zatsus or something, just so that I don't go today I leave work at 9 p.m. Oh, that means I can't do a stream. No, I can totally do a stream. That's what I did today. I left work at 9:20 p.m. Then I had dinner, and then I started stream. And the only reason why I was a little bit late was because I tried to do the thumbnail beforehand, in 15 minutes. Yeah. Just wanted to say that while I only joined about a year ago or so ago, and only really hearing your journey since then, you've accomplished many and have evolved greatly. Thank you. Thank you, Starboards. That means a lot. I love you guys. And you know what I mean when I say that. Yeah. No. Okay. I'm gonna leave now. Thank you so much for being here and celebrating 4 years of VTubing. Wow, there's a lot of people who don't get this far. Thumbnail worth delayed. Good. Yeah, no, like I usually say, your presence is always appreciated. Speaking of which, time for the send off. So yeah, whether you're watching this live, or the VOD, or are a lurker, or are a member who just happened to not be able to show up, know that your presence is always, and I do mean always, appreciated. Thank you. Oh, the DLC, I'm just finished. I'm about to finish. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yes! Yes, Cyanic. I wish for that so hard. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay, guys. See you soon. Or as they say in Atlantis, Ekabe. Bye. Yay! Yay! Thank you so much, guys. Woo! 4 years.